Hello there, I'm Nu-Trix, and today we're looking into the first time Roland actually released a Boss pedal as a plugin. Now this is not just like one pedal, it's actually a bunch of them inside a single plugin. You have a lot of classics, at least in my view, of the Boss pedals. They're only available right now, part of the Ultimate bundle from the Roland Cloud. I hope that if this is something people like, they'll do more, because Boss pedals are known for being probably the most reliable pedals on earth. I have a Super OverDrive and a Distortion, and they're actually upstairs. And then you say, well, Nu-Trix, you're making electronic music. Why would effect pedals like a guitar pedal would be interesting? I started making music like everybody with a low budget. The reality is that when you start, you look for different ways to, bring effects into your mix and effects into your sound and make it your own. Pedals are quick to work with. They do one job really well. And you don't get lost in a lot of things. And what I like about pedals is, in a way, they're modular. They're like modular synthesizer. You patch it in a way and it becomes your own patch, because it's connected this way. And all of these pedals, even if they're aiming the same goal, like Distortion, for example, they all have different texture and sound to them. So this is for guitars, but it works really well with synthesizers and drum machines. So I used to put my drum machine through effects all the time. So let's just dive in. I'll show you what I do with my Drum Brute Impact and these pedals. I'm not doing it on a guitar at all. If you know how the Drum Brute works, you have a couple of outputs at the back. I have my main out, which has everything except my snares and my kick. So my kick is separate on one track, and my snares, because there's two snares, are separate on another track, and my main has everything else. So I've got three outputs. If I press play, right now, you hear the drum going in. So this is my clean drum coming in. Okay, I can change. I can play with it. If I add the effect, say keep it like that. So we have the Super Drive, and the Super Drive, you have level, how much, you have the drive itself, and you have the toning. Now if you have some type of noise somewhere in your line, the pedal will bring it up, because that's what pedals do. You overdrive, you're bringing the volume loud, you're having distortion and drive to it, you're gonna have some noise to it. So either I have to come back and say, okay, I'm gonna bring that down to have less noise, and I'm gonna bring more input here. Even before, if I take it off, see, now I've got more volume coming in anyway. Phaser, less useful than a kick, but it could be really interesting. Let's say I'm going to have more. The spectrum is interesting. The spectrum is basically kind of a EQ, if you want. It selects one part of the sound, boost it. And this is to how much you're going to boost that section against the rest of the sound, or less boost. So this is going to be really useful on snares and hi-hat. Slow gear, it's kind of sensing what's coming in and compressing the attack So it really, in a way, you can smooth out completely the start of a note. And there's a wah that is sensitive to what's coming in. Distortion. My favorite from the kick is distortion. It has attitude, but it's rounded. So you play, it's easy to get what you want. Now if you look here, there's a Pro Edit. If you click Pro Edit, what you have access to is now same control, but then you've got also stereo. That's about the only thing that is different. You have these separately, you see them, turn on, off, and distortion, tone, and level, but this is what you have here. But there really is a difference between mono and stereo. In my case, it doesn't do that much because all my sounds coming off the drum root impact are mono anyway, so it's not a big difference. But you see that if you need something stereo, it's here and it works well. Now the other thing that is interesting is you have A and B. So A and B are made to compare two different things, but you can load two different pedals in and basically switch at a moment in the song. You might switch to another one. If at any point you don't know what something does and you go, what is this? Go look, help. It will pull up a PDF that explains all the buttons and what they do. So you might forget about, I don't know, how Spectrum works. What is this? Well, now this one is Spectrum. Now, it's easy to say. You can find point where you want it. So it's really just kind of, I see it as an EQ when you enhance one part, or in the case of a snare, now you bring it, you can have a snare that is shorter, and something that is more mechanical. I like that. This is not bad also. This is also cool. Again, you could chain them, but then you would need to load another one after. Let's say I put some distortion before that, I could actually go in and say, so now I'm using the super drive, and then it goes into the phaser. So again, you can use them, combine them one after the other. So the hi-hat, I'll go with the Spectrum. Very quick to let's say that's one part that I like about it. It'll be very enhanced, a little bit more pulled back. If I add So in the end, what you have here is 8 different Boss pedals emulated inside one single plugin, and you can select one of the 8, and you can switch easily and quickly between A and B, between the two. All of the buttons you have here, there's not a lot of them, but all of them can be automated by automation using MIDI if you want. And they sound like the original. So if you bring it too loud, you're going to get the noise of the pedal. That's what you would have on the original. Now, I just wondering why they haven't created a noise gate pedal. It would be kind of, I just load it after these when I have too much distortion, because I push it to the limit most of the time to have it really noisy. So, or having a switch inside the pedal itself to just add gate, noise gate, which is something that they would sell separately, physically, a noise gate pedal. So I don't know. It's just my personal opinion. That would be that. That's it. These are classic pedals from Roland. Actually, these are classic pedals from Boss, which is the same thing as from Roland. Pretty cool. If you like them. Now, they're only available right now as part of the Ultimate. They're only available right now, part of the Ultimate bundle from the Roland Cloud. I'm guessing, like they did for a lot of other product, that after a couple of months, they're going to be available to buy, to own at one point. But right now, they're kind of a VIP available for Ultimate subscribers only. But you know now that this is out, and I think that it's going to be pretty interesting. I'm just curious about where it's going to go, which other pedal they'll bring in, probably depending on how popular these are. That's it. Stay safe, make more music, and see you soon. Cheers.